me get to my. So I want to welcome everyone to the City of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. In response to State of Connecticut Executive Order number 7B, protection of public health and safety during COVID-19 pandemic and response, further submission or modification of statutes dated March 14th, 2020, suspending in-person open meeting requirements. All public meetings will be closed to the public at this time. Public meetings will be available on Zoom. So with that, we'll go, before we go to roll call, I want to welcome Clerk Patrick back and also congratulate her as she is a new grandmother. So with that, Clerk Patrick, please call the roll.
Present are Mayor Keith Hedrick, Deputy Mayor Guinevere Depot, Councilors Lisa McCabe, Reginald Stanford, Stephen Sheffield, Clerk Deborah Patrick. Excused are Councilor Rashad Carter and Minerva Ortiz, and Finance Director Ron Uhas.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we will continue with the salute of the flag. Please say the pledge. Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of
the
United States of America,
and to
the
republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
Liberty
liberty and justice
Justice
for all.
Okay, recognitions, awards, and memorials. Council. Okay, receipt of citizens petitions, comments. Receipt of citizen petitions is a portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens. To address the council, please join via Zoom meeting. Clearly state your name and address. Each presentation should be limited to 5 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit emailed or written comments. Presentations should be related to matters pertinent to the City of Groton. City councilors will only ask questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during the responses to citizen petitions portion of the meeting. Okay, do we have anyone? Jill, do you have anyone in the waiting room?
I do not.
Okay, then we will move past receipt of citizen petitions and the response to citizen petitions comments to the approval of the minutes. I need a motion to approve January 4th, 2021 Mayor and Council meeting minutes.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Depot, second by McCabe. Motion by Deputy Mayor Depot, seconded by Councilor McCabe. My apologies. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Communications and reports. Councilor McCabe,
Nothing to report.
Councilor Stanford,
Nothing to report at this time.
Councilor Sheffield.
I'm not sure if I should wait on discussing the committee, Group 1 committee meeting last Monday. That was my own.
This is good. Go ahead.
Okay.
You have the floor.
Okay, we had discussion regarding, I think our primary focus was on the plastics reduction, and I shared an idea with Councilor Stanford and Deputy Mayor Depot regarding placing plastic recyclable bins outside or in the city areas to where people can recycle the plastics that maybe they don't have, if they don't live in the city, that they could put it in the recycle, have a outside area that they can place their plastic recycles. Let's say maybe somewhere around EB, folks that work there need to dispose of something, instead of just tossing it wherever, just have a bin set up to, dispose of it, to, not pollute the area or the sidewalks. Sure. And I was thinking also maybe having a recycle area maybe around at the municipal building, have a recycle area there to place excess plastics. So
Okay.
those were kind of ideas I was, sharing with the teammates, and so hopefully you can come up with an idea, plan, and I
Sure.
think, something we'd like to do. And then discuss the mural in the city, I guess, to meet with Sierra Patrick, Economic Development Coordinator, to go over, where we want to place the mural in the city and an artist and so forth. So that's something we want to do as well. And I had additional stuff placed on my economic development agenda. I'm not sure if you want to discuss it in the committee referrals, if you had that already set up to discuss, because there were additional stuff prior. I guess it was updated for January 5th. There was like probably 5 or 6 new things placed on economic development that,
Are these recommendations for committee referrals, or are these action items that you're working on?
these are action items that were just updated compared to my previous one. I only had like 4 items. Now I have 9, or actually 10.
I don't think that's right.
So because I have
I'll
2
look at,
different. Go ahead, Jen.
I'll look it over tomorrow, and I will send you an email with the referral list for yours. You really should only have 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, I have 10. As
Okay.
of January 5th, I guess was updated for the new year. So I wasn't sure if there were new items that needed to be discussed for tonight's meeting, for referrals or.
No, anything that's on there is already a referral.
Okay. But I guess now I have 10 items, so I
Well,
wasn't sure which
I'll look
list
it
to go.
over. I don't believe that those all belong on there. And what I will
Okay.
do is that the minutes that were generated from your meeting, I will copy those minutes into tonight's minutes.
Okay.
So that your group report is in full in the minutes, so that it's there for future reference.
Okay.
May I make a statement? Because I sent out those referrals. There's actually 4 for economic development. There's a whole list of things that were probably sent to you that have things that have already been finalized. So there should be an end date on the right-hand side of that. But you had 4 items.
Yeah, I saw that, Jill, but I have this updated list for January 5th, 2021 that came with the original list.
Okay.
And I have, in dark print, additional
Anything
items.
bolded has been dealt with and is done.
Okay, wasn't sure. So I was
Yep.
like, okay, I have additional. So the new list of 4 should be it. Okay,
Yes.
very good. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
But what we'll do, Counselor Sheffield, is I'll get Deb to take a look at it. I'll get Clerk Patrick to take a look at it tomorrow, and we'll validate it, and then we'll be in touch with you so that everybody's on the same page.
Okay, very good.
Okay?
Yeah, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Counselor Sheffield. Deputy Mayor Depot.
We're still under communications and reports, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. On January 9th, I attended the farmers market at the Municipal building, and it was really great. I hadn't gone in the previous months just because the dates didn't work out, but the way we have everything spread out, you're definitely able to social distance and purchase things. I bought coffee beans from the coffee vendor and fish. I bought some haddock from the fish vendor, and both were very good. So I just wanted to encourage any residents. The next one is on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. And there's some dessert vendors also that I restrained purchasing sweets from, even though I really wanted to. But there's some really cool vendors there. So I would encourage people to go and purchase from these local vendors that we've set up. They really appreciate also the purchases from local people. I know they, a few of them actually, when Mayor Hedrick stepped away, commented that they really like coming to our farmers markets and they really liked being there because the mayor and the council and everyone involved is really excited about the farmers market. So I just wanted to encourage people to attend those events. And January 11th, I attended the Police and Community Together subcommittee. And I just wanted to mention that we are looking for feedback from residents about what they would, if they have any ideas or what they would like to see from our police department and community to try to improve relations even more. I feel like our relationship with our police department is very good, and but the PACT committee is looking for even more input from people to see if anyone has any ideas or desires of what they'd like to see from our police department, to let us know. And you can email the mayor's office, or you can email me directly if you'd like. It's guinevere.depot@cityofgroton-ct.gov. It's also on our website because my name is really hard to spell. So, and the other thing I wanted to point out is, I know I've been driving around the city a little bit, and we have 2 more Wednesdays of Christmas tree pickup. And I've noticed that there are a few houses with Christmas trees in garbage bags, which we do not pick up because the garbage bags can't be disposed of with the Christmas tree. So I just wanted to remind people that Christmas tree pickup, 2 more Wednesdays, but please don't put it in a trash bag because they cannot dispose of the tree in the trash bag in the same manner. So just throw your Christmas tree right on the curb naked and we will pick it up. And that's all.
Okay. So I want to reiterate farmers market. Over the years, we had dwindled down to where we were down to about 4 vendors. This year, the city of Groton took it over from the original vendors, and we hired a market master. And that market master is Megan Aikman. And she transformed the farmer's market in the summer into what it was, and then had the idea of let's carry it into the winter. And we are one of the few places around here that has a winter farmer's market. And we do have 2 farms that are coming in that are providing produce in addition to other wares that are out there. So this is a tremendous thing that we have in the city of Groton, and it's something that we rescued, and now we as a city, we own it. And so that's a great thing. In regards to garbage cans, I'd like to go on that real quick. In driving around, one of the things that I've noticed in a couple places that people are leaving their garbage cans out. Okay, please don't do that. It's against the ordinance. You up to 24 hours before your garbage day, you can put garbage out, and then your can's supposed to be picked up within 24 hours after the garbage is emptied. Leaving it on the street, in the street, on the street, or on your sidewalk, please don't do that. It hampers pedestrian traffic, and it's also unsightly. So please bring your garbage cans in when you're doing that. And then Councilor Depot, you had, Deputy Mayor Depot, did you have your hand up?
I was just going to say also in regards to the vendors, everyone at the beginning of the year is always trying to eat healthier. And the fish vendor, I think is it J&R Scallops?
J&R Scallops.
They were very helpful because I had been trying to eat fish, and I kind of gave them my cooking abilities, and they were like, this is the fish you should get. So if you're looking to eat healthier, we have a couple vendors that can help you with that too. There's also a cupcake vendor, but so whatever side of the spectrum you're on, we have vendors for it, and they're all very nice and helpful and lovely.
Yeah, and while we're talking about J&R Scallops, one of the things that I got into a conversation with them about is they currently have a place over at the Velvet Mill over in Mystic, or actually Stonington. So, but what I'm working with them on as part of our economic development is seeing if we can find a location to bring them here so that we will have fresh seafood out of the city of Groton. And that's something that we're doing. I think it's a great thing that we can do. It has always frustrated me that we live on the water and yet I'd have to drive to Flanders or Pawcatuck in order to get fresh fish. So we are working on that to try to remedy that by keeping them here in the city. So that's that. Councilor McCabe.
Well, since we're talking about vendors, I particularly love to stop at the vendor that has the homemade dog food or dog treats and cat treats. And I always pick up treats for my dogs and for my grand dog, I guess you'd say, who doesn't have teeth. So they actually had softer food that she could eat without teeth. So there's lots of different types of things you can get at the farmer's market. And I personally enjoy going as well. So I look forward to the one right before Valentine's Day. Maybe I'll get a cupcake.
That'll be great. Okay, so I have one last thing, and that is, in light of the tensions surrounding recent events at the Capitol and tomorrow's inauguration, we are monitoring the situation in the city and in the county of New London, and we will have extra police patrols on tomorrow in the event that they are needed. But we recognize that people are anxious during this period of time. In addition to COVID, we have other things that we are dealing with. We recognize it. We are monitoring traffic on it, and we are taking action so that we are ready in the event that something will happen. And I just wanted to get that out to you all. And that's it. Committee referrals. Are there any committee referrals to the committees? Okay, I don't see any. We'll go on to new business. Councilor McCabe.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-21-1-8. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and approve the city of Groton to purchase 5 TAPCO solar rectangular rapid flashing beacon pedestrian crosswalk systems from East Coast Sign and Supply Incorporated, 11 Francis J. Clark Circle, Bethel, Connecticut, for a cost not to exceed $43,750 and no cents, to be paid by Electric Boat Corporation from a subsequent reimbursement. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Councilor Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just wanted to say, I don't know all the staff that was involved in this, but I know that we were pursuing reimbursement from Electric Boat and it wasn't a definite. So I just want to say thank you very much for everyone who worked on this, because I'm sure it was more than one person. And I also, wanted to point out, I just read an article the other day that even though traffic was down overall in the whole country in 2020, there were an increased number of pedestrian accidents. So I'm really happy that we fairly quickly got this pushed forward, because we have had a lot of pedestrian accidents in the area of EB. And I know when I'm driving, if something is flashing at me, I'm certainly looking at it. So hopefully people will pay more attention, and this will prevent injury and or death for people walking around EB. And I'm just really excited that we're getting it done so quickly.
Thank you. So let me give you a little more background on this. We've been working with Electric Boat for over a year on pedestrian issues, parking issues, safety issues, those kind of things. Anything from lighting to timing of traffic lights, to the Cobra lights that are lighting the way, to we've installed new lights down there at Danielle's Barbershop so that that gate could be better lit for people who are coming out at night on the third shift, second to third shift. And we've worked on the crosswalks. Now, one of the things that we did to help reduce the speed is if you go down there at Electric Boat on the Eastern Point Road, you'll see that we've actually painted 15-mile-an-hour speed signs in the road to get your attention. So that's one of the things we did. Another thing that we're working on are these lights. And Electric Boat is committed to reimbursing us up to $45,000 for this effort. And that's based on the relationship that we've established working with them. And we will put these up. They will be flashing lights, battery and solar powered. And we've also put, if you go down there now, you'll see in the middle of the road at the crosswalks, you'll see little pedestrian signs there, physical boundaries, barriers rather, to slow people down so that we draw attention to the pedestrian traffic there. So this is just one of a myriad of things that we are working with Electric Boat for the safety. And like I said, this is part of an initiative that started, I'd say 18 months or 2 years ago. And it's just a continuation of that. So with that, are there any other comments from council?
Yes, Mayor.
Councilor
Okay,
Sheffield, do you have the floor?
yes, thank you. We initially paid for this project, and Electric Boat is going to reimburse the city, I guess, for the amount for this, or is it?
Yeah, that's correct. I've authorized Public Works to buy these, and then once the way this will be handled is very similar to the way that we did the retaining wall when the retaining wall collapsed a couple years ago. We worked with Electric Boat. We bought the equipment in this case. Then we hired the contractor. We paid the contractor. Then we basically submitted an invoice to Electric Boat, and they wrote us a check. They basically reimbursed us for the parts.
Okay, so when the project is completed, they will reimburse us for this amount, not exceeding 43,750.
Correct. I have an email from an Electric Boat representative that said that he's authorized to pay up to $45,000 to reimburse us up to $45,000 for this project.
Okay. And we have a contract in place?
I think that's in your packet.
It is, okay. So the contract is in place for the work? Is that the?
Well, the city of Groton is going to do the work. We're going to install the signs.
Okay.
We're currently in the process of ordering the signs that we need, signs and hardware.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Any other questions or comments from council? Hearing none, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Councilor Stanfield.
Resolution R-21-1-9. Therefore be resolved that the mayor and council amend resolution R-19-4-62 to change the vendor from Pierce Manufacturing Incorporated, 816 Commercial Avenue, Weowega, Wisconsin, to Firematic Supply Company Incorporated, P.O. Box 187, Yaffank, New York, for corrosion repair and refurbishment of fire truck E21 in the amount of $127,027 and no cents, and an additional contingency of $12,702.70 reserved for contract changes for a total authorization of $139,729.70 to be paid from fiscal year 2019 budgeted undesignated capital. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We'll open the floor up for discussion. Chief, I'll let you, well, hold on. All right, never mind. Deputy Mayor Depot, I'll let you start out.
No, I mean, if the chief wants to talk about it, I just wanted to confirm, because I read through and I looked at the quotes. I just wanted to confirm that the price isn't any different. It's just the vendor that we're changing, the vendor name. The price is exactly the same. We already approved this amount of money, if I'm reading it correctly in my packet.
That is correct. We did use all the money from the resolution, the original quote, and then they inspect the truck when it comes in. And they gave us, I believe we also gave in your packet a list of everything that they found that they wanted to repair, we picked some of those items. So we did use the contingency. And then since they were in there working, we also used some additional funds to have the pump worked on. That came out of the budget, though. I did have that money in the budget. So in essence, we're changing. I made the mistake when I put the resolution in, much like when you buy a Ford pickup, you don't buy it from Ford, you buy it from whoever, Valenti's. It's kind of the same deal. It's Pierce did the work and all, but it actually goes through the vendor, Firematic.
Any other questions or comments for the chief?
Hi, Chief.
Councilor Sheffield?
So what was the purpose of changing the vendors?
It was my mistake when I did the original resolution.
Okay.
Because the quote came from Pierce, which is the company that builds the fire truck, much like a Ford or a Chevy. That's the manufacturer, but they obviously go through a dealer, Firematic, which is, it's actually in Rocky Hill. They also have a place in New York. That's their headquarters, but they're the dealer basically, and they are the ones that take the payment.
Okay. Now, is that $12,000? Is that like their fee, I guess, for?
No.
Okay.
The original work was going to total $127,027. We put a contingency on there, which, like I was saying, they require when the truck gets there that they do an inspection. So they literally take the body right off of the frame rails are being replaced, and then they inspect everything and they give you a big long list. We chose to do some of the stuff on that list. There was some corrosion when they took the body up that they found. That was a very large, like $6,000 worth. So all those things added up, used a contingency. And like I said, an additional $7,600 we spent to work on the pump, which wasn't part of the original scope, but they were already in there and the pump was open. So I took that out of my budget. I had operational money from this year's budget, no additional appropriation.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments for the chief? Seeing none and hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. In that case, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Thank you, council. Thank you, chief. Thank you, Deb.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Jill.
Good night, everyone.
We
Good
are
night,
done for
everyone.
tonight.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Be safe.